Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well today. I know that we're going through a very interesting moment of great transformation, and as I said in another video, we are here to support each other, to talk to each other more, and to be more open to what the universe is bringing us at this point in time. Wherever you are right now, if you have the chance to just be a little bit chilled and have a talk, it's gonna be wonderful. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about success and why I decided to bring this topic today. And I started to sense this call to come online again to talk about another topic that now is success, is because there is this strong sense of accomplishment that we all carry inside ourselves, no matter what we have as a target, as an intention, as something that we want to pursue in life. This is something that is innate in every human being. The thing that I've been observing a lot is that most often we are not necessarily looking at the true success. And what I mean by that is the success that comes from inside, the success that is part of our beings, of our own essence. It is not something to be chased. And in our culture, we are, since at early age, we are very incentivized to chase success, to be going in life and searching for success from the outside, as if we would have to constantly search for recognition, search for other people's attention, search for other people's appreciation, when in fact we are here to just be ourselves, appreciate ourselves, and share this appreciation that we have about our own lives with others, while we do things that really are a bliss while we are doing that. So I would like to invite you then to have this moment of observation, of reflection with your own self today. If you are pursuing success with this idea of getting something from the outside world and not considering your own priorities, your own highest values as your driving force to whatever you want to accomplish in your life. And this is key nowadays because we are going through a period which is very interesting, although very challenging, which is to be more and more in resonance with our own essence, which is to be more truthful to ourselves instead of following the parameters of society. Because let's be frank, if you just look outside, it seems very messy. It seems really messy, and it's confusing because we are breaking away from patterns of behavior, preferences that were once like a common framework of choices that were said that this is what success means, or this is what prosperity is, this is what, we are starting to break free from those construals, those concepts that were seen as the normal framework for everyone, and we are more and more getting in tune with our own essence and identifying or having the opportunity to identify what success means for you personally, while I'm doing this for myself and other people are doing this to themselves. So it is when we look at those aspects inside ourselves, let's say our values, what we praise in our lives, what we really want to experience. When we are really in tune with this, we have this congruence in our thoughts, in our emotions, in our actions, in how we relate to people, in how we relate to circumstances. This is when we are being not just finding those clashes with the outside world that maybe is not used to this way of behaving from most individuals, but it is this framework, this new framework that we are creating individually that adds to the interactions, adds to society, that adds to what we can create that we don't know yet. It's still to unfold. And this unfolding can only happen when we are within ourselves in this congruent space, when we give a space for other people to be who they are without saying you're right, you're wrong, you should be doing this way or that way. So when we overcome internally those inner battles of what it is supposed to mean success, or what it means to be prosperity, for instance, we can literally embrace this choice of ours, this inner calling that we have in the direction of what we want personally. And then from this space of congruency is when we contribute to society as a whole, when we are recognizing that each person has its own specialness for just being who they are. So how about looking at this instead of judging if others are taking the same approaches to things? Why be always judgmental about who is successful or who is not? Most of the successes that I had in my life, they were not seen by people. It's something that I felt from this space inside of me that created that possibility to manifest itself. So it was not something that someone told me, oh, what a great success, even though some of them, of course, they go through this pattern of what seems to be recognized as success. But most often those successes I had because I have built that inside of me. It is not something that you have to look for other people's approval in order for you to define and determine to yourself what success means. And in so doing, I think that it's also a wonderful and very interesting laboratory that you can have with your own self. When you are being truly moved by your own essence, by your own being, and when you are being moved by something that is external, that your ego wants to fill in, the blanks of any kind of thing that might not necessarily be seen by you, and then suddenly you see yourself attaching you to one identity or to a specific role or a function or parameters that society created for that identity or function, that it comes to a point that even though you might fulfill them, you might not necessarily be fulfilled inside. So these are all temporary and very ego-driven parameters, and I'm not saying okay, abandon your job or your role or things that you set yourself and you intended yourself to do. Even though some of you might feel this calling right now, and that's okay as well. The thing is, are you creating your parameters as well of what success means while you are playing that function, that role, that circumstance? How you were choosing to respond to that environment while you interact with people, you do your tasks that you set yourself to, or eventually the environment itself has a task that, or an objective or a goal that you, through your talents, your strength, and your capabilities, all your capabilities, you can fulfill. So I think that it's very important to have those moments of recognition of what it means success for you, because with this clarity you can move forward with more integrity, you can move forward with more precision, with a clear intention, without being deviated so much by this environment that seems very chaotic because of those breaking points or breaking waves, I should say. And we are not determined by the chaos. The chaos is part of this experience, but we are not necessarily have to be defined by it. And even at a personal level, you can be going through a chaotic moment, but not necessarily you have to be chaotic inside to deal with this. You can be 100% you while you interact with that situation. And let's be honest, we all went through that at some point in life when we saw everything outside seeming to literally breaking apart. But even this breaking apart is leading you to a better place. So how much trust you have in this process that you're going through? When you realize that the good things and the bad things are there to serve you, even when you think that what you're going through could be considered a failure, it's perceived as a failure. It is something that is teaching you something. It's leading you to a new awareness of what can be improved. So you're also gaining with this. You're gaining in both sides. When you gain, you gain. When you fail, you're also gaining. That doesn't mean that you will just be in this passive mode of looking at the situation as a failure and not do anything about it. It's not that. But it's recognizing what needs to be learned through that experience that leads you to something much better. How can this get better? How this can be improved? How can this get so much more than I ever thought? You are growing and expanding anyway. So give yourself the opportunity to learn with your successes and with your failures. So much so that it can end up going to a moment in your life that you recognize that both things, they are even. They are even because then you realize that you are a whole being, having those wonderful experiences. And after all, you can recognize later on that this was exactly what you needed to be in this new, fresh state of being that you find yourself. You can go back, trace back to your past and see the moments that you had failures that led you to something much better than you could ever think of. So when you see the failures and the successes, like even, it is because you are coming from this place of knowing that everything is leading you to expansion and growth anyway. So everything is working out for you anyway. It's working out anyway. So I hope this helps. I hope this message can bring you some enlightening moment, or can shift if you're going through something that is inside of you or outside of you. The shift is here for us. It's serving its purpose. So have that in mind and you're good. You can go through anything. So thank you so much for being with me this moment, having this wonderful conversation, and I'll see you pretty soon. So take good care and have a wonderful time. Bye bye.